Algebra 1, I wanted to make this video to help you out with the planets worksheet. Obviously, I think it's very important that you can work with numbers in scientific notation, and I think it's very interesting to work with numbers with the planets, so I want to help you with this interesting question. If the Apollo 11 mission took 2 days to get to the moon, how fast were they moving on average? So the rate equals distance over time. Okay, so what we need to know is the distance, and this is a trip from the moon to the Earth. So looking back on our first worksheet, the distance from the moon to the Earth is 0.384 times 10 to the 6th kilometers. Okay, so 0.384 times 10 to the 6th kilometers. Now in scientific notation, that distance would be 3.84, or we'll just say 3.8. And now I need to think that I moved this decimal to make that number bigger, so I'm going to make this number smaller. So it's 10 to the 5th kilometers. So that is 380,000 kilometers. And that again is the distance from the moon to the Earth. Now I'm trying to find the rate, so I need distance, but I also need the time. What is the time? The time is 2 days. But that doesn't help me because I want my rate of travel in kilometers per second. So how many seconds in 2 days? Well, let's see, 2 days in 1 day, I know that there's 24 hours. And in 1 hour, I know that there's 3,600 seconds. With the little calculations, I find out that's 172,800, 172,000 seconds. But again, we're working in scientific notation, so I'm going to say 1.7 times 10 to the 5th seconds. So now we have our distance. Okay, we have our distance here. We have our time. So I can figure out my rate is just distance divided by time. You'll see something that happens here. 3.8 divided by 1.7. It's approximately 2.2. And now that will be times 10 to the, well, 5 minus 5, 0. So what does that mean? That means I've got 2.2 times 1, so just 2.2 kilometers per second. 2.2 doesn't sound like fast, but that's 2 kilometers every second. So that was the average speed of the Apollo mission. And I believe that's all we were asked to find, the rate of travel for that mission. So now we have that. We're going to use that data to find out some more, discover what it would take to travel to Mars.